Good morning, everyone. Have you ever said something and instantly wished you could take it back? Or received just one sentence that lifted your entire day? Words are not just sounds. They're seeds. And today, I want to tell you why your words might be the most powerful thing you own. Hi everyone, I'm Nasiruddeen Alungal, and welcome back to the channel. Today's message is close to my heart, and I believe it will change the way you speak forever. We often underestimate the power of our tongue, but let me tell you, words shape people, relationships, and even history. So let's talk about it. Let me tell you a few real stories, true, powerful stories that prove one thing. Words can be either constructive or destructive. We live in a world full of noise, conversations, social media, debates, arguments. But how often do we pause to reflect on the actual power of the words we use? Words are not just a means of communication, they are tools of creation. Every sentence we speak has the power to build someone up or tear them down. It can spark confidence or crush it. It can heal or it can hurt. Today, I want to speak to you about something deeply important but often overlooked. The power of words. Words may seem simple, but they shape destinies. They create relationships. They start revolutions. They can be both constructive and destructive, and the choice is always ours. So before we go further, let me paint you a picture. Let me begin with a simple image. Picture yourself standing by a calm lake early in the morning. You pick up a small pebble and toss it in. What happens? Ripples. Ripples that stretch far and wide across the water's surface. Now listen carefully. Your words are that pebble. Once spoken, they ripple out into the world, touching hearts, changing moods, shaping lives. Today, I want to remind you of something we often forget. Words are powerful. More powerful than we realize. They can build someone or break them. They can bring peace or start a war. So let me take you on a small journey. I'll tell you some real stories that show how words, either constructive or destructive, can shape history, mindsets, and destinies. Let me start with an example for words that build, the power of constructive speech. You all know the name Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. On 28 August 1963, he stood before over 250,000 people. He had a prepared speech in hand. But suddenly, from behind him, a voice cried out, "Tell them about the dream, Martin." It was Mahalia Jackson, a gospel singer. And in that moment, he paused. He looked up and spoke from the heart. "I have a dream," he began. Those 4 words, spontaneous and unscripted, went on to become some of the most powerful ever spoken in modern history. They helped fuel a civil rights revolution. What's the lesson? Sometimes, just a few words can turn into fire that warms a nation or lights the torch of change. Let me tell you another story. This one is about young Thomas Edison, the man who would go on to invent the light bulb. One day, Edison brought home a note from school. He handed it to his mother and asked her to read it aloud. With tears in her eyes, she read, "Your son is a genius. This school is too small for him. Please teach him yourself." Years later, after his mother passed away, Edison found that note. And guess what it actually said? "Your son is mentally slow. He cannot be taught. Please remove him from school." But Edison believed his mother's words. And her belief in him lit up more than his home. it lit up the whole world. Friends, one encouraging sentence can unlock the genius inside someone. So speak that sentence. Now I would like to give examples for the words that wound the power of destructive speech. Let me take you to Rwanda, 1994. A small extremist radio station began using one word over and over for a particular ethnic group. Cockroaches. That word. Just that word dehumanized an entire community. Within 100 days, nearly 8 lakh people were killed. Not with just weapons, but first with words. Language can poison minds long before it spills blood. Let's never forget that. Now I will tell another story of turning destruction into determination. Johnny Peacock was just 5 years old when doctors told him, "You'll never walk again." But his mother didn't let that sentence be the final one. She said, "They only think you won't. But let's prove them wrong." Years later, Johnny won Paralympic gold in front of millions. You see, when the world throws painful words at you, you have two choices. Accept them or rewrite them. A quick glimpse into science. Did you know that when someone receives a sincere compliment, their brain releases dopamine, the same chemical that makes us feel joy, motivation, and confidence? So yes, kind words are brain fuel. They can lift spirits, inspire action, even speed up healing. Every conversation is a construction site. You are either laying bricks or throwing stones. Before you speak, ask yourself 3 simple questions. A. Is it accurate? S. Is it sensitive? K. Is it kind? Always remember the word ask before you speak. The alphabet A stands for the question, is it accurate? The alphabet S stands for the question, is it sensitive? The alphabet K stands for the question, is it kind? And also remember this. All major religions agree on one truth. Proverbs 18:21 says, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue." The Quran 2:83 says, "And speak to people good words." Buddha said, "Words have the power to both destroy and heal." Whether you believe in scriptures or science, the verdict is clear. Words are weapons or medicine. Choose your side. Let's make this practical. Here's what you can do from today. 1. 60-second compliment drill. Every night, give someone a sincere compliment. A call, a text, a note. Small effort, big ripple. 2. Use the pause button. When angry, pause. Breathe. Then speak. Most regrets come from what we said without thinking. 3. Add one word, yet. Instead of saying, "I can't do this," say, "I can't do this yet." That tiny word opens a door. 4. Collect and share uplifting words. Save powerful quotes or messages. Use them to uplift others when they need a boost. Let's go back to that calm lake. Every word you speak is a ripple. It reaches ears you may never see. It may change a heart you never knew was listening. So today, I ask you. Speak to build, not to break. Speak to lift, not to label. Speak with purpose, not just noise. Because the world doesn't just remember what we did. It remembers what we said. And how our words made others feel. Thank you. Now go out and make your ripples count.